Hi, thanks for coming to my channel today. I am making some cute things for an upcoming craft fair, and I have another one here today. This was super easy and fun to make. It's a tic-tac-toe board. So let me show you the ones I've made so far, and then we'll make one together so you can see how to make them. So there's that one. That one. I didn't make very many yet, but I'm going to make more. I kind of wanted to get them going and see how they turned out, but they turned out exactly how I pictured in my head, which is always fun. Cute. And I'm selling them for $3 each. Okay. All right, so let's make one together. So get out your cutter or your scissors, either one. Okay, my blade keeps falling off. It must just be too loose. Okay, so here is your measurement. You're going to cut 3.5 inch wide, 4.5 inch long, and score at 1 inch. Okay, so let's do that. And then if you use a 12 by 12, then you can cut them all at once and get, you know, several out of a sheet. So let me cut off this hole at the top. And see, my blade just fell off again. Gosh, I got some new blades at Hobby Lobby. I just need to get them out. Okay, so I like to do my width first. So I'm going to cut 3.5 wide. So let's see, move this down a little bit. Okay, 3.5. So let's just cut. Well, we'll just do one. Okay. And okay, here's the one I made. Let's keep that out as well so you can kind of keep an eye on that one. Okay. Oh, see, my blade just fell off. Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, my blade. Okay. Now we're going to do 4.5 inches long. 4.5. My head keeps hitting my phone. I might have to move it. Okay. So, I'm going to take my blade off so I don't drop it on the floor. I'm afraid my dogs are going to put it in their mouth, and wouldn't that be a disaster? Oh. Okay, now take your piece and score at 1 inch. I'm going to move my phone over a little bit so I quit bumping it. Okay, score it at 1 inch, and I just went over it like twice. Okay, so as you can see, my paper is double-sided, so you can decide which side that you want showing on your pocket. Okay, so these are the adhesive pockets that you can get at Target Dollar Spot, like in July, August with the school supplies. They come with either 10 or 20 in a package, I believe. I just loaded up a few years ago, so I have a ton. So they have an adhesive backing, and they're just so fun to use with all of your crafting. And so let's pull that off. Okay, so I'm going to decide, do I want this side showing or do I want this side showing? Let's do this side, because my erasers I'm using are going to be snowflakes and penguins. So the snowflakes might be cute with the Christmas tree background. Okay, so just lay it down, and then you want to just line up your pocket at the very bottom. Okay, and then just press it on. Okay, and then if you don't have a corner rounder, don't worry about it. I like to round my corners, so I'm going to do that. Okay. And then I have my little Velcro here for the top. I get my Velcro pieces at all $1. Okay, so remember we scored it, so I'm just going to bend it down and crease it. Okay, now when I made these, I did not use double-sided paper. So I didn't like just having the white flap. Let me take this out so I can show you better. So without this green paper, I just had this white flap because my paper was only single-sided. Well, I didn't like that, so then I cut off another flap and then just made it a little bit shorter so the white would show, and then glued it on. But if you use double-sided paper like this, you're not going to have to worry about that. Now, isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, I just love the plaid with the trees. Okay, so I Googled and asked how many pieces are in a tic-tac-toe piece of the X's and the O's. And the answer was one of them needs 5 and the other one needs 4. But then I thought, well, you know, I don't want to have to worry about if I shorted somebody depending on who got the tic-tac-toe first. So I just did 5 of each. So my erasers, you get them in a package at Hobby Lobby, in, you know, towards the back where all the Christmas crafting supplies are. And I think they were $2.99 and then 50% off. I think that was the right price. So I'm just going to put all 10 in my pocket here. The reason I didn't make more is because I only had one package of erasers, but now that I love this idea and want to make more, I went and bought more packages the other day. And I can make, let's see, how many did I make? So let me tell you how many you can make out of one package. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe you can make 8 tic-tac-toes out of one package. And then you'll have some odds and ends left, okay? Okay, so then I wanted to seal my pocket so that things don't fall out, you know, even for storage, let alone during the craft fair. So then I just did a Velcro dot right in the middle of the flap, okay? And like I said, I get my Velcro pieces at the dollar store, all $1, okay? So then fold that over and press it. Okay, so there's my pocket. See how easy, fast, and fun that is? Then I thought it would be cute to put a little button right here. So I've got these sticky enamel dots, and either red or green would be cute. Let's use a red one, if I can get that on. I might have to use my tweezers. Yeah, let's use tweezers, because these are kind of hard to handle sometimes, especially with fingernails, you know. Okay, so I'm just going to put that right in the middle there, and then push that on. Okay. Throw this away. Okay, I'm in frame, so that's good. Okay, so here's my tic-tac-toe board. I found these on Etsy, and it's just a printable that you purchase one time and then you can keep using it. And I like to round to the corners, so I have a laminating machine, so I laminated it. I just thought it would look more professional and it will last longer for the players if it's laminated. Okay. All right, so there's my board. And then my bags, let me tell you what size my bags are. These are, see, I never know when you measure these if you count the flap part that folds down. And unfortunately I threw the package away, but anyway, this measures almost 9 inches by 4.75. Now, if you don't measure the part that folds down, it's 7.25 by 4.75, okay? And I think I got these at Daiso, but I will link some below from Amazon in case you're needing some. Oh, I shouldn't have took that off yet. Sometimes when I'm talking, I'm not thinking very straight. I don't want to put that on yet, so let's put that sticky piece back on. I mean, even if you have the bags that don't have the pull-off sticky, you can just use tape, okay? Okay, so you want to put your tic-tac-toe in your sack. Let's see, let me turn it around. Come on. Okay, and then I wanted to cover up the to and the from. I mean, they can take it out of the package and write to and from with a fine tip marker if they want, but I I just wanted to cover that up so when people look at it to purchase, it's not a big dilemma as to, hey, can I write on lamination, you know? So I just did that. Then pull off your sticky. And I didn't put it, when I seal it, I don't go all the way down because I want room for my topper. So I just folded it. You can't see this, but the bag ends right here. So I'll just fold it down to where the bag ends, like that. Okay, so you have about 1 inch there. And then on my poem, I just got on ChatGPT, you know, my good old standby. And I just asked it to write, I just said, I'm in a craft fair. I've made a tic-tac-toe board for a Christmas craft fair. Please give me a 4-line poem that would be cute for playing tic-tac-toe. So it says, Christmas cheer from me to you. Play a game, there's joy to do. X's and O's in holiday glow. Who'll win first? Ready, set, snow. I thought that was cute. And sometimes if I don't love the poem, I'll just say, write me another one, and then write me another one. And then I just pick out the one I like the best. And then I go to Canva, and I just typed in Christmas gift tags. And this one came up with the reindeer on it, and then all I had to do was type the saying into that box. So it's pretty dang easy. So I'm using my double-sided sticky foam tapes that I get from Dollar Tree, and you'll know that if you watch my videos. Okay, and then, actually I did this wrong. Well, okay, so you want to put these towards the bottom and turn them sideways because you don't want the sticky part going above your bag up here because then it will just stick to everything, which would be annoying. So now I remember that I turned them the other way, okay? Because you don't want to cover up the ho, ho, ho part. So if you go like that, you're going to cover up the ho, ho, ho part. And it'll go a little bit. It might cover up Santa's hat a tiny bit, but that's okay. So I just put it about right there because you can still see the hat. And I could have gone this direction a little more because you can see a little bit of the bag, but that's okay. That's not going to be that big of a deal. Isn't that cute? And then what I might do, I don't have any with me right now here in my craft room, but I might glue a little red pom-pom on Rudolph's nose. In fact, I probably will. I think that will be cute. But, so like I said, I'm selling those for $3. And I'm going to get my price tag off here. This is a price tag system that the owner of my boutique, of this particular boutique, she uses this system. So it's not like I can tell you to go online and get this program. Anyway, isn't that cute? So I'm excited to make more and try making some of these, you guys, because they are just so fun. So I can't wait to do more. And you know, when you put your erasers together, you can just use any combination that you want. It's not going to matter. Just whatever you like, you know. Okay, I'm going to put this one back in here. I really love this paper because look how cute that looks with those stripes. I didn't plan that. I just found a pad that was double-sided and pulled out a piece of paper, so that turned out really cute. Okay, I hope you like that and that it gives you a fun idea. And happy crafting. And please come back because there's going to be more. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.